And we're back for round 2. Since I recorded the first round and this round, they've actually opened up competitive draft leagues. So this may be the last friendly, did you hear the air quotes there, draft league that I do, but certainly excited to finish out this deck. Let's just look at it and make sure it's what I remember. Man, that's a greedy mana base. What was I thinking? I was thinking I got a prophetic prism, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, here we go. Do I want to play first? I think so. Yeah, there's aggressive decks. We don't want to get run over, do we? All right. Oh, it's Jamie. All right, well, we've got the Battle of the Seems Good. I think I can keep this even though it's relatively greedy. I don't know what I'm supposed to get with this. So I think we're going to not play it on turn 1. And then kind of hope to decide later exactly what we're doing. Like, ideally, I guess I would get red and then draw into a blue. I guess we're really only disappointed if we draw another one, right? We'll see what happens here. I can turn this into a mountain or an island or something and we've got something going, but I think we can start here and figure out exactly where we want to go. Just have to hope she's not doing anything too aggressive. Having the Rhino kind of makes me want to have some extra energy a boot, and my curve's going to be 3, 4. So I think I do need to cast this now. And I think I'm going to recount my sources and make sure I can get a mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue sources that I can draw. I can afford to get the mountain here. Ooh, they moved where the energy counter is. Neat. See, I told you, it was going to be fine. It's going to be fine. May not be using the energy here. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm happy enough making a 3-4 and attacking and then getting some P-foul action going. Like, ideally we'll save some energy for the Whirler Virtuoso, right? But looks like we've got an opportunity to be ahead. Let's just be ahead. While she's stumbling, I mean, probably playing, you know, red-white. But the P-foul blanks both of those. While we continue to beat down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we can cast that next turn. Question is, I suppose, do I want to attack with the P-foul? But I think not. The advantage of doing it would be if they have, if she's got a built to last, which makes me wonder about putting the energy here. So let's do the math. Built to last would be +2/+2, so it would be a 5/4. And I can make this a 4/5. So they're still trading. I think I like having one big creature, and we can just use the Whirler Virtuoso as a 1-up for now. Because it's still good enough, and making the artifact means we can start attacking with it, as well as make our Gear Seeker Serpent cheap enough that we can cast it next turn and give the P-foul flying if we want to get really aggressive. Which there's a high probability I will want to do. Again, I don't think she's mono white with a Weldfast monitor unless something went dramatically wrong, and I'd like to close this game out before she draws out of that mess. I will feel bad if I hit Era of Innovation off the top, because I think I want to make my Thopter EOT. All right, Dragster is a reasonable card. This is where that built to last gets really scary. Ah, but she doesn't want to attack with it. Interesting. Because she is on the defensive. What's up, Grandma? Alright, so we've got some options. I need to make sure I've got something to trade for this, but I don't hate throwing something under the bus. I can't really attack into it. Would she really trade that for the rhino? She might. But we're certainly serpenting. I'm just trying to decide what my attacks look like. If she had built to last, she has to attack there, I would think. Yeah, the fact that she held it back, I think means she wants to block, which I think means it's okay to go in with the rhino and just take a trade. We're down a little bit on the energy, right? But like, it's fine. If I'd drawn an island, I could activate this and hit 2, but this is presenting 5, which is a threat. And if she takes it, she's dead to 2 hits from the serpent. Even if she doesn't, she's dead to almost 2 hits from the serpent. Still a little terrified of like a built to last, but as long as I'm getting damage through, I think we're happy. She's got a big decision to make about making this block. And I could have any number of combat tricks that make it bad for her. I am now significantly less afraid of a built to last. Because it doesn't make any sense, I don't think, to hold it back and do it. Like, you're just missing damage on me. It'd also be super risky to do it if I had an appetite for the unnatural, which I could have. I don't, but I could. I have you meow. What are you doing? Okay, I'm good with that. Must have been playing around a combat trick. I can dig it. I don't actually have any combat tricks, but it works for me. And just so you know, Grandma's coming too. Is she holding a... No, she's not holding a fumigate. That's just not reasonable. So we'll get an impeccable timing out of the way on the Virtuoso. No, just trade. That's fine too. Roar! Go get him, Grandma. Alright, so we have confirmed that my nonsense deck can beat a deck when it stumbles on mana. I'm kind of scared of whatever red cards she had left over there. I don't think we saw enough to want to sideboard. If I had green enchantment removal, I think we would, or artifact removal, I think we'd be talking about it. But we don't. We do not. I need to remember the Dragster. That's a problem. Whirlmaker is probably fine, if a little slow. Like, I wouldn't mind having access to a malfunction or something. I remember we brought the Reckless Fireweaver in once, but I don't remember being super stoked about it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna jam this back. The turtles get a little worse on the draw, but if she's trying to be aggressive, I can probably get value out of an 0-3, and I can certainly use the energy. This is such a pretty mana base. It just makes me happy every time I see it. Alright, so he is on the draw. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. If we hit a land, we've at least got 1, 2, make some big dudes. I think this is certainly keepable. It has many of the colors, but not all of the colors. Alright, Padim is quite interesting too. Go get him, Grandma. Grandma's not nearly as good on turn 1 as she is on turn, 20 or whatever, but that's fine. We can't really attack or block with it. It's just kind of sitting here. That's fine. So do we want the theorist or the construct here? Like, generally speaking, I would want the theorist against her deck. But I think I may go construct here because I think the scry could be valuable. Also, Gearseeker Serpent's in the deck, so we need to play artifacts if we can. Yeah, I want another land. And like a lot of the things I might want to block are going to be 3/2s. So this may just be a better blocker. It does give me something to do next turn as well because we can just play the theorist, right? As well as have something to attack with if she, whiffs next turn. That is not a whiff. That is a strong card. So ideally, if she attacks in, we can consider not blocking. I'm not in love with not blocking. Blocking does lead to some potential... Okay, cool. That makes it nice and easy. We're not blocking. And we don't have to worry about it. The question is, do we just want to get the Wild Wanderer going and trade it off? Or do we want to get Padim going and see if we can draw some cards? We're not under colossal pressure. Like, if I play the Wanderer this turn, I can't play Padim and the Trinketer next turn. I mean, there are reasons to have the white mana in play other than that. Like, we'll untap with more mana. Generally speaking, that's going to be better. But I think I'm going to try the Padim line and probably not do any blocking here. Like, maybe block with Padim. We'll see. We'll see how this lines up. Because I could easily block with Padim and the Aether Theorist here, and then most combat tricks don't just simply wreck me. They're not great, but... And it's not like Padim is crucial to our strategy. It'd be nice. We don't have to have it. I also don't think I'm interested in scrying with the Wild Wanderer because I'm probably just going to shuffle whatever back in anyway. But I suppose I may as well leave it up. Yeah, this feels like we could get riggedy ragged here, but I also don't want to take 6 damage. So a block like this doesn't seem crazy. If she's going to use a trick to get rid of Padim, that's fine. If I get to trade the Theorist for the Herald, that's just fine too. Alright, so it's just Swarm of 3/3s is the plan. I can beat that. Especially drawing 2 cards a turn. Or more. Alright, so here I can go Prism into Rhino. The only problem is the Rhino doesn't actually block anything currently. So I am off of mana now because I can't play this. The advantage of playing the Prism is that I can freely block with the Construct. So I could like block with the Construct and Padim on one, but the Wanderer just nice and clearly trades. And I can still do that anyway, knowing that I'll miss 1 card draw, but I'll get more. Yeah, I think playing the Wanderer just opens up future turns much better. I could go Prism into Trinketeer. It's like I'm kind of excited about playing 2 spells in a turn. I don't want to trade the Trinketeer off. I need to block. Prism into Rhino is so enticing. But if I play the Wanderer, I can play both of these next turn, and then again have good clean blocks. I think I should probably just do that. She's down on mana. We just need to get a little bit ahead here. Because without a combat trick, there's actually not attacks here. She may not have options, but... like, if she's happy with his board state, so am I. So many 3/3s. Whirlmaker's cute, but that ain't what I'm about right now. I need to again be able to double block that, which I can do here. And then I can play Trinketeer and Whirlmaker next turn and then start deciding what I want to make. Like if we're 1-for-1ing and I'm drawing 2 cards a turn, I will eventually get out ahead. Or if she just decides not to attack, then I think we're going to win this game. I could just look at Whirlmaker, make a token, and then play the Trinketeer next turn. We'll see what we hit. Trade Winds is nice. Yeah, Trade Winds is very nice. It lets me block with impunity, leave up the Whirlmaker, potentially bounce my Prism. We can just do all sorts of fun stuff here. And again, if she doesn't attack, we just make a token and then play the Trinketeer and start beats. Okay, grubs we do not care about. All right, let's start closing out this game. That may just be better, but how cheap is this? I can certainly cast that. Can I play the Trinketeer too, or am I that worried about leaving up Aether Trade Winds? I don't think I'm that worried about leaving up Aether Trade Winds. And I do want to start attacks. Like, this is the last turn I have to tap out. Everything else can happen at instant speed when we're ready for it. Get your motor running. I'll take my 2 cards now. Just need to make sure we have enough stuff to block in case of Inspiring Charge or something like that, and I think we're pretty close to doing that. I'm probably going to try to close out this game with the Whirlmaker. But like your Seeker Serpent beats start to become appealing soon. Once I can do that and leave 4 up, I don't see any reason not to, and we should hit a land relatively soon. Like, I guess these guys are kind of a nombo because I can only make 1 a turn, but so much stuff. Even poor old grandma. Aether Storm Rock. Okay, that's a creature that we are going to have to interact with. I've got a few interactive spells. Like, I can get in here now and leave up the bounce. Which seems pretty reasonable. That's probably a different way to close, a decent way to close this game. Because we leave up bounce plus make a servo / flying blocker. And then if things go terribly wrong, we'll just bounce whatever we need to. Like, she can't even really attack with the rock here because I'll just double block it. I could probably be getting in with this too. I'm being a little lazy. I certainly should have done that last turn. Okay. All right, so that I think leaves her dead on board. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we make a token, give this unblockable, bounce the rock. We're done here. Or we can just hunt it. Yeah, even +2/+2 doesn't get me there. That is quite lethal. Boom. All right, one more for all of the marbles. We'll see you for round 3 in just a moment.